The Simpsons have been predicting the future for decades, and their track record is uncanny. From the rise of Donald Trump to the development of hologram technology, the show has consistently gotten it right. But what about 2024? What does the future hold for us? In this video, we take a look at some of the most shocking and mind-blowing predictions that The Simpsons have made about 2024. We'll explore the possibility of a second Donald Trump presidency, the rise of artificial intelligence, and even the end of the world. Are these predictions just coincidences, or is there something more to it? Join us as we investigate the future that The Simpsons have predicted for 2024 and see if it's one that we want to live in. Trump's 2024 presidential run. As we all know, Donald Trump recently announced that he's running for president again for 2024.
Oh, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
But back in 2015, Simpsons actually predicted his 2024 presidency in an episode. That episode also predicted his presidency for 2028, so who knows, maybe we can talk about this again. While Donald Trump announced that he will be running for the 2024 presidential elections last year, it was already predicted on The Simpsons. The Simpsons producer Al Jean took to Twitter to share an image of a 2015 episode of the series, which features Homer Simpson flying as a Trump 2024 inches campaign sign stands in the background. The show had previously also predicted Kamala Harris's run for the vice president. Marge isn't exactly thrilled when Lisa raises her hand to volunteer for a one-way ticket to Mars. So what does Marge do? She goes and volunteers herself, along with the rest of the wacky family. They all hop on board the Exploration Incorporated's Mars colonization mission, which was originally set for 2026, but somehow gets moved up to, the end of the freaking week. Talk about a rush job! Of course, their takeoff goes haywire, but Lisa and Marge manage to make it to Mars in 2051. And guess what? Lisa decides she wants to ditch Mars and head over to Venus instead. Seriously? Can't make up her mind that one. Elon Musk and his SpaceX are supposedly working on cargo flights to Mars as early as 2022, but fully colonizing the planet would require a budget that's out of this world. Pun intended. As of now, it hasn't happened yet, but they're already hunting for brave souls who'd be willing to call Mars their home sweet home. So, yeah, buckle up, folks. This could very well be our future, somewhere between the 2020s and 2050. Elon Musk and his Mars dreams are no joke. We might see someone blast off to the red planet anytime between 2019 and 2025. Brace yourselves! Musk has had his sights set on Mars for quite some time now. Back in 2016, he boldly declared his ambition to construct a rocket that could transport people to the red planet and establish a full-fledged city there. During an interview with the Y Combinator, a startup accelerator, he suggested that achieving a meaningful number of people on Mars could take about 10 years, or maybe even sooner, 9 years. So, while we might not see tickets going on sale anytime soon, the gears are definitely turning behind the scenes. In the famous episode Bart to the Future, which, by the way, accurately predicted Trump's presidency, they showcased a future where holograms deliver the mail. Bart, the ultimate slacker, received a hologram message offering his band a gig at a club. Now hold on a sec before you dismiss it as pure fantasy. Hologram technology has come a long way. They've brought back deceased artists like Tupac Shakur for jaw-dropping concerts. Believe it or not, HD3 holograms, those three-sided holographic display cases, are already up and running in stores with more than 500 Best Buy locations sporting them. So, is hologram mail really that far off? Soon you might be able to send holograms of yourself through your phone. Forget about plain old real-time videos. We're talking about seeing a 3D virtual person, just like a hologram. European mobile operators like Deutsche Telekom, Orange, Telefonica, and Vodafone have teamed up with Matsuko, a deep tech company leading the charge in 3D calls. Matsuko, originally focused on creating Star Wars-like holograms, has developed technology to make more realistic holograms. In a recent announcement, the telecom companies revealed their participation in a pilot program to test these holographic calls, aiming for broadcast quality. The cool part is that the sender doesn't need any fancy mixed reality MR, virtual reality, VR, or augmented reality, AR hardware, but viewers of the holograms may require it. Nevertheless, it can still be seen using just a smartphone. So get ready for a holographic future where you can be there in 3D, even when you're physically miles away. All right, get ready for another mind-blowing prediction from The Simpsons involving technology and robots. Brace yourself, because this one is even more sinister than their usual mass automation forecast. Back in '94, in an episode called Itchy and Scratchy Land, classic, the family takes a trip to a theme park that's basically a twisted version of Disneyland. And guess what? The place is swarming with these supposedly harmless, itchy and scratchy robots. But hold on to your hats, folks, because these metal maniacs go absolutely bonkers and start slaughtering everyone in sight. Talk about a vacation gone wrong. It's all about the dreaded singularity of artificial intelligence. That's when AI grows exponentially, surpassing human intelligence and potentially turning against us. We've seen some pretty impressive advancements in technology, like those fancy machine learning algorithms that can solve all sorts of problems. So it seems the singularity is inching closer, or so the experts say. We've got big players like Google and IBM, along with a swarm of ambitious startups, all working their brains off to push the boundaries of AI and robotics. Now, if you want to know who's leading the charge in the singularity is just around the corner camp, look no further than Ray Kurzweil, the director of engineering at Google and a true visionary. This guy knows his stuff, and he's pretty darn sure we'll be witnessing the singularity spectacle before 2045. In the episode, Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes?, Homer's long-lost brother Herb Powell makes a comeback after losing his car company and fortune thanks to Homer's disastrous car design. Herb thinks it's only fair that Homer helps him out by lending him some cash. And guess what? Herb uses that money to create a baby translator prototype, which turns out to be a massive success. Now, hold on a second, because this idea isn't just a cartoon fantasy. Firstly, there's an app called Cry Translator that does exactly what the name suggests. It interprets a baby's cries to figure out if they're hungry, tired, bored, stressed, or uncomfortable. Then there's the company called Zoundream. These people have spent several months determining the best solution to identify and translate a human-produced sound into its actual meaning, specifically for children pre-speech. AMSI can be adapted to many different problems, and shortly they will be able to identify pathologies and uncommon behaviors of the baby. Okay, now let's dive into that bone-chilling episode of The Simpsons called New Kids on the Blech from 2001. Brace yourselves, because it's a doozy. So Bart and his crew form a band called the Party Posse, right? Sounds innocent enough, but hold your horses. Turns out this band is unwittingly being used by the Navy Department for some sneaky psyops mind control stuff. They're trying to feed subliminal messages to kids through their hit song Dropped a Bomb, and guess what? The chorus goes like this. Ivanet Nioy. Bet you didn't see that one coming. It's Join the Navy spelled backward. Now, here's the kicker. Some folks out there are starting to connect the dots. They're all like, hey, maybe there's something to this hip-hop brainwashing business. And let me tell you, this episode scared the bejesus out of some people. I mean, it seriously gives you the shivers. Could this be a glimpse into the future of the music industry? Think about it. Songs these days rely more and more on strange frequencies and mind-bending auto-tuning effects. In a society where music has a massive impact, could we be headed for a world where mainstream tunes mess with our brains and make us do things subconsciously? The Simpsons loves to throw around the idea of a female president in their episodes. But let's face it, besides Nikki Haley and Hillary Clinton, it seems like that prediction ain't happening anytime soon. I mean, come on. The Simpsons' predictions are all about the laughs and satire, not crystal ball accuracy. We've seen some women make a run for the presidency in real life, but hey, no female president in the U.S. just yet. Guess we'll have to wait and see if the real world catches up to the Simpsons' wild imagination. That's it for our episode on The Simpsons predictions for 2024. We hope you enjoyed it. We talked about a lot of crazy stuff in this episode, but it's important to remember that these are just predictions. We don't know for sure what the future holds, but it's definitely fun to think about. So, what do you think? Are you convinced that The Simpsons are psychic? Or do you think they're just lucky? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Thanks for watching.